Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at a upcoming timetable from On Track Simulation. It's actually the first TSW release for On Track Simulation as well, and what better way than bringing a West Coast Main Line timetable in its entirety. It's an absolute monster of a timetable. It's complete and it's set in the season of 2019 in the winter period. It's a timetable that's been put together by Josh. We call him John, yeah, he's been working on this for just over 6 months, and it's been a long road. We've got there though, more or less now. It's sort of wrapping up now, so we're in the stage now where we can show you some footage. Today we're going to do a DC service, and it uses the 378, which is nice because it takes it away from the Mildmay Line and shows you what this can do elsewhere. We're going to do a full run into Euston with this. So let's get straight into it, and I'll talk you through some bits and pieces along the way. Right, so one thing to note when you do a service on the DC stuff, you need to obviously change over the power. So it does prompt you when you start. Me being me, however, was an absolute imbecile. I was trying to set it for AC, and it sort of dawned on me we're on DC. What an idiot. Anyway, that's enough of the stupidity from myself. Hopefully we'll have no more issues along the way. So it's an all-station stop service, and we start at Watford Junction, and we're going to be travelling through Watford High Street, Bushy, Carpenter's Park, Hatch End, Edstone Lane, Harrow and Wealdstone, Kenton, South Kenton, North Wembley, Wembley Central, Stonebridge Park, Halsden, Willesden Junction, Kensal Green, Queen's Park, Kilburn High Road, South Hampstead, and London Euston, arriving there at approximately 13:20 on the clock. So we are just about time now, so we're going to get the doors shut. Let's get the windows open as well. Right, away we go. So we're set in the winter period. It's actually based on 26th of November 2019, this timetable. It's all based on the workings that happened on that day. I also thought that I was about to crash into the back of that 710, but just realised it's crossed over. A nice little crossover this as well, with the 710 and the 378s working alongside together. So this is also set in the era where it was a transitional period, sort of just before the end of Virgin Trains into Avanti. You don't see any Avanti stuff on it, however. You do see that the Virgin Trains Flowing Silk and the all-over white livery, so you'll see those in passing. There's a full, there's a full overground service. You've got your Bakerloo, you've got your Virgin Trains, you've got your LNWR, LM or whatever they are. There's all sorts on here. There's rail tour stuff as well. There's a railhead treatment train. There's a new measurement train. The world's your oyster with this. There's literally there's just over 1,500 services. It's mental. It is at the time this coming out live, it is and will be the biggest timetable this route has available to download. Obviously the caveat on this one is, of course, it's only for PC. It doesn't work on console, unfortunately. So sorry guys if you're on a console. Just the way it is, sadly. A horn still is shocking. I do hope an updated horn comes one day. Right, Watford High Street, first of all. We are more or less running on time at the minute. That will probably change. So it comes with a select set of reskins, not just from ourselves, but with some other people in the community that have allowed these skins to be put in there. So we'll go through bits and bobs and thank them as well. But when we get to that, the skins that come with the actual timetable itself that have been created for this are ex-London Midland with the black panel on the gangway. There's an LNR as well. There's Virgin Trains white. There's the flowing silk. There is a good number of new things for you to see on this. Just to quickly show you as well, so it's been created using diagrams such as these in the manual. That's just an example there. So that's one, I think one of the 350 ones. That all diagrams and carriage notices and stuff have been used for this, so everything is it's all correct that day. It's really quite cool. This manual is available as well. The time this video is out, it's actually available. You can actually have a look at the manual ahead of the release. The timetable's not out yet. That is not too far away, however. Just in the final phases of just wrapping things up and the final bits of testing now. You guys will know when it's out, don't you worry. So in the Class 350 side of things, it's a full, complete LNWR Class 350 timetable. Inclusive of the St Albans Abbey Branch AI only stuff. It's got 307 drivable services on that side of things. 59 drivable 12-car services. There's 150 drivable 8-car services. Yeah, that was flowing silk over there, look. Those only appear on specific diagrams as well, so you won't just see them everywhere. Yeah, 150 8-car services, and then there is 98 drivable 4-car ones. In the Virgin Train side of things, you've got a complete Virgin Trains Class 390 timetable with 177 drivable services, which include 81 drivable 11 cars, 96 9-car drivable services. The manual actually tells you what the head codes, sort of like the frequencies are as well, so it's well worth a good look in that manual. There's a lot of information packed into this. Now the cool thing with the southern stuff is on the DTG original timetable, you could only drive to Watford. Was it? I think it was. So just Watford Junction. It was only a short distance. On this, you're actually driving all the way through to Milton Keynes. So that's a big thing, really. I think in the southern side of things, it's nice to take the 377 as far as you can get it up the route. If that is your sort of thing, you can do that. And there is 46 drivable services for the southern stuff. At the peak period, there's an additional increase with an additional service that does travel to Watford Junction. This timetable is busy. Literally wherever you look, there is trains. See what I mean already? Look how many trains we've just seen there. For you guys that like the Bakerloo side of things, if you want to go tubing, there is 761 drivable services for you, including sleep trains, Queen's Park shunts, small number of other empty moves at Kilburn High Road as well. But yeah, there is a lot in that side of things, and again, the manual talks you through the frequency on them as well. Overground is what we're doing currently, so that's for the DC. Watford DC lines. There's 177 services drivable to play. Those come with 107 drivable Class 378 services, 70 drivable Class 710 services. This also includes early morning and late evening empty moves to and from the Mildmay suffragette lines. There's plenty to do there. You really will struggle to find, like, you'll never find an empty period of time. Basically, you'll always have something to do. You'll never struggle, is what I'm trying to say. Moving on, if there's anything else on that. Nope. There's a rail tour. That includes the 87 from the JT West Coast Main Line route. It's a there and back, basically. There's one that goes out in the morning, sort of morning time, comes back in the evening. There's a new measurement train. There's 2 for that. So basically a there and back. We've got 6 RHTTs, various times. Do bear in mind that those only appear. So 6 drivable RHTT services. Note that these services will only appear as AI trains between October and December. Okay, that makes sense. But there is 6 drivable ones. Intermodal work. There's plenty of that. If you like to do container workings. You've got 38 drivables, so 27 of Freightliner, 6 of GBRF, 1 of DRS, 2 for Freightliner light locos, all of the white Pendo. You've got 2 DB cargo empty car carrier services as well. If you want to do stone for aggregates, 14 of those are available for you to drive. 4 Freightliner services, 1 GBRF, 4 DB cargo services, and 3 run round and shunt moves with multiple parts. There's a wide range of AI only services as well, included on the timetable. I'm not going to go through them all because there's a fair few. That's across the board, that is, as well, like, in terms of like Virgin trains and stuff as well. There's something for ROG as well, actually. There's a ROG AI only service that appears to Main Line to Fern Park. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. I could sit there forever reading all that out. Literally, do go and have a look at the manual. It's in the description if you've not seen it already. North London Line has a lot of stuff as well on it. You'll see that going over. Hatch end coming up. Different pace as well. It's not just like doing the 710 because that's quick. It feels more slow. So requirements and layers. So there's a big list of requirements and stuff as well. Some of it obviously is included, but there's all sorts of bits and pieces that you do require. That's all listed a fair bit in the obviously the add-on department. Wildcoast Line, of course, is one of them. Pendolino. You need Mildmay Line, the Suffragette Line. What else do we need? Preston Carlisle, Norwich TT, East Coast Main Line, East Coastway, Fargo Line Volume 2 as well. There is some future stuff as well to go through. So in the future plans department, on the radar will be replacing default intermodal wagons for those from Cargo Line Volume 3 when that comes out. So that is one of the things that will happen when it goes live, that. Current aspirations as well for future updates include addition of other reskins such as the 390 Flowing Silk Pride livery and other 350 variations. And also addition of Caledonian sleeper services. Not a big list, but there's some big bits on there. And then it's onto the credits list, so go into the station. Looking up, so where is it? There it is. I was looking at that on there. You see all the stations going through.
Please ensure you have a valid ticket for travel. You will be expected to produce your tickets or asked to do so.
So credits itself, on track simulation team. You've got Josh, he likes to be called John though, he's put himself down as John, well, John is the manual anyway, the mastermind behind the project. You've got Chief Jack for an insurmountable amount of help and advice, bug fixing and manual creation. You've got myself, Tom Saracen, assistance in the manual creation, timetable testing and streaming, when the stream works. Having issues with the streaming side of things at the minute, unfortunately, but we actually have streamed the timetable. We spent an evening streaming a various amount of services about a week or so ago, but yeah, this last week my streaming, it's just not working. It's dropping frames like mad, and I'm unable to go live without it just dying. I'm glad I can do videos though. At least with the video side is still going. We need to at least keep something going. I am working on getting the streaming up and running. I'm just at my wit's end trying to figure out what's going on with it. I'm tried all sorts of avenues, with no joy fixing just yet. Others, so you've got Charlie for the so actually I'm going to do it in the other way around here, because the reskin side of things actually started off with Bell, creating the base of the 350 and the 390 skins, and then goes back to the top of the list, so because it's been done in alphabetical, but I just want to do this in the right order. So Charlie completed the skins for the 350 and the 390. We've also got Besca, allowing us for the use of the GBRF 66s and also assistance with reskin plugins along the way. Also thanks to Leica for allowing us to use the Class 66 Freightliner skin, and also to Forks for advice, help and bug fixing, which no doubt has all been invaluable in the process of making a timetable, as it is John's first time. And Forks is pretty much a bit of a legend in the timetable department, as we all know. Also DTG have assisted in some bug fixing stuff as well along the way. Various members in the DTG team shed some knowledge and stuff along the way whenever there's been an issue. So a big thanks to those. And also just thanking the general testers as well as a whole. And that is it pretty much for the manual, apart from me like going into the full detail of everything, which I'm not going to do because there's a lot to read. And I'd rather you guys go and have a good look at that yourselves, because there's a lot of information in it. It's one of them where you want to sit down and sort of digest it yourselves. So again, you can find that manual if you scroll down. Wait till the end of the video, of course, and then go and have a look. Keep the video going. Let's not break that algorithm. So as you can see now, we're at the side with the Bakerloo stuff. Dinky trains alongside. It's just relentlessly, like, constant. There's just train after train after train, as you would expect with so many services. It's busy. It is good fun. I mean, it's nice to have a complete timetable. It's nice to have different eras as well. Like, with the ones we had, like with Forks, I think was current. It was nice to step it back a notch. Go back to how it was before it all sort of transitioned to the what we have today as Avanti. And as well, it's before COVID, so timetables were busier before COVID as well. It looks like home on the route was this. One thing I will apologise for, however, is there will be a little bit of speed and approaching along the way. It's just, it always happens. Another trim. It's great. Love it. I love this era. I would like to see a Virgin Trains one as well at some point. I think that would be nice. The original Virgin Trains. Maybe John can be tempted at some point down the line. However, John is working on another timetable. He has actually got a second timetable in the works. I'm not going to say what it is at the minute, but it will be one that a lot of you guys will be happy to see. It's one that's really needed. There's another Pendo coming. Watch it. Just sat here watch the Pendos go by all day. It's brilliant. Whizzing around Bend. A time lapse would be quite good. Obviously, standing at the end of a platform like Euston for a couple of hours and just let it time lapse it. See how many trains coming in and out. I think somewhere like with a yard as well, somewhere near the yards and stuff to see the freight. Oh, then where do you do it? You could do it where the North London line goes over the top as well. You'd have all that going over. That would be quite a nice sight. Might look into something. See what I can do. Oh, what a freight. What we got? Freight line. We've got all tail lights on the rear, but no, can't do nothing about that, unfortunately. I wish we could. That lies in the model. The core bug for that pack. South Kenton approaching. I think the North London line, sorry, the DC line, I think it's 4 trains an hour for these, I think. Could be wrong. I might go back and double check that. And find that. I want to know how many trains there is. I might have got that wrong actually. You can see obviously the variety between the 710s and the 378s. It mixes. I can find the detail. The cool thing is that the it is actually hyperlinked. No, it is 4 trains per hour in each direction. Oh, I was right. That wasn't a bold claim. I've just had a skill issue though, open both sides of the doors. For those of you that watched the stream recently when we did the timetable, we had some issues with the headlights on the 350s. That's been fixed now, so you'll see that obviously the tail lights, headlights and everything like that, and anything like that is working. Thanks to Beskett for looking into that, and he managed to find out what the issue was. It was using some old... the skins were set up in using an old RVM before an update happened for the train or something, so it basically... it wasn't set up correctly on the right train version or something. Bit of tinkering in the plugin or something, and that soon fixed it up. That's what's nice with the community in TSW as well. Everyone helps everyone out. I think everyone has the right mindset that we just want to make the game as best as we can for other users and make the most of what we've got. And everyone always helps everyone, which is the main thing. Just sat like waiting for that Pendo to come storming by, which it can't be long because there's a green signal up there, and oh, there's no green signal yet. I'm going to take some screenshots. However, I don't know if I'm going to use them because we've got so many fantastic screenshots in our collection. I might be able to use something out there, but just in case we don't have anything suitable for what I've done here, we'll just grab a potential cheeky snap. You never know, and it's always worth getting a picture. It always annoys me when you come out of photo mode though, it feels all weird. Everything goes dead slow. It's a shame that couldn't have been a couple of seconds faster, like ahead. That could have made it into the screenshot as well. It does show as well how you do actually see quite a lot of the silk holes. We've seen a fair few on this journey. But they are quite regular, but they are only on certain diagrams. absolutely bombing along at speeds I shouldn't be doing. A slap on the wrist for this. Not good. Always obey the speed limit. If you've got any comments, feedback, or any thoughts, or just any comments in general, do plonk them in the chat below. Feedback is good. If you've just got any general questions as well, fire away. We can answer. End of the day, this is our first Train Sim World freeware release at on-track simulation, so for John especially, because he's the one doing the timetables, any comments he can take back and work on future stuff. Go for it. But we are super excited to get this out. Been a labour of love for John. I think some hair pulling at the same time, but I think he's enjoyed the learning experience with this one. He went into this blind. He had no idea how to make a timetable. He just opened up the public editor like everyone else does, and he's learned. It just shows that if you've got the determination and the sort of the passion to learn and the willpower, you can put some really nice stuff together. It's like, again, I said with the Mildmay Line, like Johanna's, he started exactly the same way, and he's built a route. It just shows what can be done if you've got that dedication and power and the will, like the willpower to learn. You can go places. You can do some pretty big stuff. Stuff parked up over there as well in the depots. Depot over there for tube stuff as well. There is stuff there you can do. Not much in there at the minute, obviously everything's out and about. Which one I prefer to drive on it. I feel like maybe the 378 is a new sort of like favourite for the DC for me. I feel like it's better suited for this.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station. Please have your tickets.
I feel like the 710 is more suited to the suffragette than this. Obviously they run on air these days, I think, but as we know, but I do think these are well suited to this. But the horn's a bit buggy. I'm hoping we see something go over the North London line at the same time. It'd be quite nice. No, in my luck, we won't. Not helpful, but I just knocked it straight into emergency. I'm gonna cheat here because if I find out, I know I have to wait. See what happens now. Shut the doors. No, right, we can go.
This is a safety announcement. It is not permitted to cycle, skateboard, or rollerblade.
To Willesden Junction. Spy out any trains going over the top. Oh, is there any AI freight in the area? That's the other question. So you'll see stuff coming down the sides here as well. Unfortunately, there's nothing looking like it's passing at this moment in time. Pretty much went over a rail gap there and all because it went all funny with the brakes. Oh, well, there's a freight over there. What have we got? Oh, we've got another freight liner. You get random loads as well, not all the same sort of like length. Empties and more empty than others. Not often. Going to Clapham. This is great vantage watching. Just sit here all day. You know it's going to be busy. If you've got two lines going over the, under each other there. You've got the one going around the back, right as well. currently I'm not actually running with the route enhancement pack. I feel like at the minute, I mean, PC's not quite coping with it. Just tanking a bit too much on this route, unfortunately, because it's a busy timetable as well. So I'm trying to give it as much availability and resources as possible in the memory. There's a bit of a bottleneck going on. If your PC can handle it, do get it though. It's a fantastic mod. Where have we got to go? We've got Queen's Park, Kilburn High Road, South Hampstead and Euston. Just over 10 minutes.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap. I did say we'd be a little bit late. Nah, not too bad though. Fortunately, what happens when you start like getting sidetracked and looking at things? Start dilly-dallying. This timetable, when it does come out, it will be available on Trainstein Community. I've done it again. Guys, I'm looking at the little train diagram on the my track on left, and it looks like the doors are open on left, but they're not. As you can see, it's running pretty well. Which is the main thing. This is the first overground service I've actually done with this timetable as well. I've done the Virgin trains, I've done a few of them. The 87, although it didn't go very well on the stream, but I have actually done it before the stream. That is a nice one. I did it in the evening one, like the return. I haven't done the one going like on the out leg. The southern stuff's fun. I haven't done any freight either just yet. Something I will do. Oh god, them bushes. Next stop will be Euston.
Vehicles parked at unauthorised points may be clamped or removed without warning. Shorten.
Shame they added the tracks up here. Whoever's idea was not to include track up there. Bizarre. Is all I'll say. Right, onwards to our final destination of Euston. I'm expecting a bit of an FPS hit around Euston, to be expected, but it should be alright. How long this tunnel is? You sort of think you're there, but then the LOD goes. It's like, oh, there's more tunnel. Another section pops in. I think we're at the end. I think. There we are. Well, there's light at the end of the tunnel, they say. Very bright though. I'm hoping that we're going to stay on third rail. I don't fancy having to mess about changing over. That was straight in anyway. Platform 9 for us. If you've made it all the way towards the end and you're still with us, thank you very much for watching up to now. If you've enjoyed it, do give us a like and a share. Hit your notification bell for future videos, of course. Again, don't forget to leave us some comments and feedback or just general questions. Even though the streams are a little bit on the knackered side, I am still going to say don't forget Fridays and Mondays are usual dates for streams. When I can get it up and running properly, that's where we'll be. You'll find us at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV. I appreciate your patience during the technicality issue period at the minute we're having. Hopefully get it back up and running as soon as possible. Watch for the TPWS ramp that lurks somewhere in there. Well, maybe there isn't one up here. Usually there's one about half wheel. Oh, no, it's here now. Always aim to be doing about 10, just under 10. Otherwise it'll have you. And you'll find you're stopping halfway up the platform rather than the buffers. But we have made it. Good fun indeed. I do hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. So don't forget, like, share and subscribe as I said before, and this timetable will be out very, very soon, guys. So just keep your eyes out on the Facebook page and we'll announce it as soon as it goes live. I hope to be streaming back up and again by the time just before going live, because I'd like to do a sort of like a stream around the launch. Well, would be nice, but do keep your eye out. Let's get the doors open. Again, thank you very much for watching. All the very best, and we'll see you again very soon for another video. Looking very, very nice, I must say. Again, thank you for watching, guys. All the best, and see you again very soon. Bye for now.